You don't want to go full auto with the LMG. You want to fire single fire shots first. Like get out.
Hello, Corona Gamers. It's time to get you prepared for the upcoming 2042 and to get you started on Battlefield 4. Now, you all probably heard the Battlefield franchise, seen the commercial, or heard from a friend eons ago about the game. Battlefield is a frontline combat game that simulates frontline warfare that involves land, sea, and air. In this game, you can play as an engineer, someone who takes out tanks, repair vehicles, or even sets mines down on the ground. If taking out vehicles to you is against the odds and would like to try your luck as a medic, aka Assault Class, that might be a better option. Assault Class carry better primary weapons, with more stopping power, grenade launchers, medical pack, and defibrillator, to heal other players / revive. Are you a sharpshooter? Maybe the Sniper class is a better choice for you, also known as Recon. Sniper's jobs are reconnaissance, sabotage using C4, or harassing enemy team with sniper fire. If you like to play as support, assisting your team with ammo stock, suppressing fire with LMG, utilizing Motor Strike, then this is the class for you. Here are a few pics of what each class looks like in the Battlefield series. Okay, let's look at a few controller layout, then see some demonstration in action with each of these layouts. We have the Soldier's layout, which works similar to other FPS games out there. Then we have the vehicle layouts, the heli layouts, then the jets. Each of these controller layouts change when you jump into a land vehicle, aerial vehicle, or when you just normally travel on foot as a foot soldier. It's time we move on from the current vid from Battlefield 2042 to some demonstrations in Battlefield 4. First, we will show you the soldier's layout. Then, a small lesson on how each layout works. To look up, look up. To look down, pull on the stick down. To look left, look left. To look right, using your R analog stick. Now, for movement, you want to use your left analog stick. Push forward, push forward. To push back, to walk backwards, push back. And to strafe left, move your left analog stick to the left. And to strafe right, move your R analog stick to the right. To shoot, press the R1 button. Your R1 button is the button I am pressing. If you tap it once, you will fire once. To reload your gun, press the square button. To fire your gun in full auto, hold the R1 button, and then return to reloading your gun. To switch your gun's secondary, press the triangle button. Now that it seems that you're getting the hang of it, let's do a little bit of target practice. Walk over to the crate in front of you and use your L1 button to aim down your sights. No, you need to hold your L1 button. In the options though, you can set up your controller so that if you press L1 once, you don't have to hold down the L1. But it's not recommended as a lot of first-person shooter gamers and Battlefield players play the game while holding the L1 button. Now, go ahead and take this time to aim down your sights and try to hit your targets by either tapping the R1 button or holding the R1 button. Notice the difference in recoil. When you fire your gun in single shots, your bullets are more accurate. But when you go in full auto or you do burst fire, your bullets spread just slightly or a little bit too much in full auto. So what you need to do in this part is you need to work on trying to minimize your spread rate and focus on your accuracy in the game. Once you're done, go to the box, the ammo crate that is, to your right side, and reload all your equipments and all your guns. Now, let's work on using your D-pad or your directional pad. If you press the right button on your D-pad, it'll show your utility, which you are carrying right now as an Engineer Fusion Code. Next, if you tap the left button, you will pull out your RPG. Go ahead and give it a shot. Note that buildings and obstacles in this game are mostly destructible, so keep that in mind when you're hiding behind cover and playing this game. Now, to melee, you tap your R3 button, which is your R analog stick, but when you push down on it, you will hear a click, and if you do it repeatedly, you can use your R analog stick button to conduct a melee. Now, to jump over objects, push slightly forward on the left analog stick, which is your movement stick, and then press the X button to be allowed to vault over objects. To crouch, press the circle button, and to go into prone, hold the circle button. Now there's two ways you can get out of prone. You can either press the circle button once, or you can use your left analog stick by pressing the L3 button while moving to automatically get up and sprint. This will automatically cancel your prone immediately and have you go straight up to just run. Now, in this option where I'm tapping the top button, you can actually turn on or off your laser dot sight or your flashlight if it's equipped. Go on, give it a try. Now we go to firing options. If you look on your D-pad, press the down button. You can switch from single fire to full auto and burst fire. Go on, give it a try. Go ahead and turn around and head to the ammo box and hold square and switch your classes. I want you to switch to Assault. Now, Assault is pretty simple. It's basically a frontline soldier that goes into the heat of battle, or basically any intense encounter. Their job is to run up to the enemy, use their rifle, and get as many kills as much as possible, or clear the way for their teammates. But that's not the only thing Assaults can actually do. Assaults are also frontline medics. Their job is to throw medkits down on the ground when teammates are hurt so teammates can heal, and they are also equipped with defibrillators. Now, as you see on the bottom of your screen, the D-pad allows you to navigate quickly to each of these things that the Assault is carrying. The defibrillator allows you to revive your teammates if they are down, as long as the timer is still active. Once the timer on a teammate is up, you can no longer revive them, as they have already ran out of time for that revive, or they have respawned to a different location. To use your defibrillator, press the R1 button, basically your trigger button. It works the same way as when you shoot. To fill down a med kit, press the left D-pad button. And to get out of the defibrillator, just press the triangle button. It automatically helps you switch to your next gear. Go ahead and switch to support class. Run up to the side of the crate and set up your LMG right on the ground. Set it up in a horizontal position until it sets up your bipod. Once you do, go ahead and fire away with your LMG to see how stable it is. If you don't fire your LMG with the bipod, it's best to fire it in single shot or burst shot. This will reduce your recoil, but if you are not on a bipod when you're shooting your LMG, your bullets spread all over the place. So keep that in mind when you play as a support character or as a support class. Alright, so let's mess around with the support character's different kits that he's carrying. If you press left on your D-pad button, you'll be able to use the X25 burst gun. This gun is equipped with infrared camera and is equipped with airburst grenades. If you fire it a couple times and mess around with it, you'll see exactly what I mean. Next, let's try using the motor equipment that the support carries for one of its kits. The motor is pretty simple. To deploy it, press R1, but make sure that the motor is not red. It must look yellow when you place it or deploy it somewhere. If it's red, you won't be able to deploy it. Now, once you deploy it using the R1 button, hit the R1 button again to get into the motor view. But when you exit out of the motor, it takes some time to reload and re-establish itself inside your inventory. There is an unforeseeable timer regarding the motor equipment, so give it some time to refresh itself, and it will eventually show back in your inventory again. Right now it's at 0. It will reset itself to 1 momentarily. Once the M224 motor has reset itself and has returned back to your inventory, go ahead and deploy and hit the R1 button once. You will see a computer monitor screen on your right that shows you a little small mini-map of the area of coverage in which the range of the motor can strike upon. Go ahead and fire at where the indicator cursor is at and give the motor shot a try. Now, there is a small delay every single time you fire the motor, as the physics in the game is fairly simple. What goes up must come down. That is basically the physics in Battlefield when it comes to projectiles. Just like in real life, when you fire a real gun and the bullet leaves the barrel bullet travels a few distance from the barrel until gravity starts to overtake it and bring it down towards the ground. It's the same thing with the motors, except it's going up and then it's going down. So go ahead and switch to a sniper class. In sniper class, you basically are equipped with either C4, spawn beacon, SOFLOM, or a tugs. Sorry, my mistake, tugs. You are also equipped with a sidearm and your primary, which is usually a sniper rifle. Now go down to range and fire your sniper rifle, and utilizing the measurement, the little dots on the reticule, you can actually use that to help you actually better hit your targets. So go ahead and give that a try. After you have done that, on the very bottom of your D-pad button, there is a range adjustment for your sniper rifle. Believe it or not, if you're, let's say, 100 meters or 200 meters from the target, and you're literally 70 meters from it, the bullet will shoot up and not down. So, depending if you know your distances in the game by memory, you should be able to make these quick adjustments in the middle of the game while you're playing Battlefield. These actually help you hit your bullseye from really, really long distances. So always keep this in mind to always try to keep math into consideration when you do play this game. Memorize your distance, set your range, and I guarantee you will always hit your target. Alright, so let's have some fun with some vehicles. Let's get on this ATV. To do so, run up to the ATV and hold square. Then utilizing your left analog stick, use that to navigate around the map. And to do that, all you have to do is push forward on the analog stick. So, for quick training, I want you to take the ATV and drive it around the island one time. Go on, give it a try. Once you have finished driving around the island one time, I want you to pick out the M1 Abrams. And I want you to drive it around just the same way as you did with the ATV. Now, tanks are a little bit different. They are slow moving, and they're not as fast when you first start them up. When they go down the road, they actually are slightly faster. Not too much, but just enough to be able to make quick adjustments. Alright, so use your R analog stick to move your turret left and right, up and down. To fire your 120mm gun on the tank, press the R1 button. Give it a try, and try hitting your targets with the 120mm gun. Once you are done with target practice, I want you to hit the right directional button on your D-pad. I want you to use the weapon special on your tank, as it's equipped on this one. This is guided shells. It automatically locks on the target, as long as it doesn't pop smoke or flares. If you hit down on the D-pad, you will be able to activate your vehicle's defense mechanism. Now, go ahead and pull back on your stick and work on driving the tank around. Get the hang of it and see how you like it. Get used to the traversing left and traversing right. Once you are done, that will conclude this tutorial. We hope you enjoyed this video and will like and subscribe to us. Please hit the notification bell for new content every week. Next week, we will be covering the different vehicles inside Battlefield and some of its tactics. That's it for this video. This is Corona Gamers.